Well, well, well. Isn't it funny how things turn out? Welcome, 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 boys and girls. Those of you who have subscribed, you're in for a little treat because this was impromptu and I'm wearing black gloves like OJ Simpson. Yeah, because for all the members, and don't forget, guys, like, subscribe, tell your nunna, smash the like button, leave a comment, join our members area for exclusive content. We've done 2 podcasts in the last 2 days. This is for you guys as subscribers. And if you are a member, thank you for being members. Stefano has re-signed, I think. I'm pretty sure you always were a member. I think you renewed, but it's come up. Hey, welcome to the family again, I guess, my guy. Stefano is like part of the fucking furniture. There, you look scary and I'm about to sleep. Don't worry, bro. I ain't going to be coming into your house with a balaclava or nothing. Don't worry. I'm in sniper mode and you ain't on my target. You ain't on my target. Don't worry. I ain't got a red dot for you, my guy. Trust me, I've got red dots for a lot of people. And there's a lot of rounds going on, yeah? A lot of rounds. You just renewed. Nux. Who are the clickbaiting believers here? Let me say what I need to say, Bedromo. Don't worry. Relax. So, for all the members that tuned in yesterday and the day before, you'd have known that the head coach that all of the websites were talking about was going to become the next Omonoia manager was not going to be the next Omonoia manager. If you remember, you find out the exclusives. Yeah? I told them the guy that was listed as #1 target, he was back home fishing. He was like Pedro. He got a little varkua and he fucked off to the river and he was fishing. I don't know what he was catching. Maybe an old boot. I don't know. It won a new contract because he's still looking for a job. But you know what? He's had offers. So good luck to Dambrauskas. Good luck to him. So we have Mr. Rekdal. Ketul Rekdal, I believe, is how you pronounce his name. I thought they said Kettle at first. I was like, kettle? Like, I don't know what the posh Greek word is for kettle these days. Don't know what it is. I don't know. The modern Greek changes. You know, the chalutka, the gojagares that live up my mum's road, they call it a gedlo. What the fuck? Like a bus. Buson. What? Even I know it's Leo Fario. Come on now. Even I know this. What are they making up these words for? Gedlo. Buson. A blonde woman. Blondissa. What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck? They just come to this country and they just nab words and they just change it into as separate as they can make it sound. As village as they can make it sound. It's fucking brilliant. But yeah. So, look. This is going to be a reaction to the press conference. Mr. Rekdal is in. He had his first press conference. It was a pretty relaxed one. And I kind of expected him to be bombarded with questions about Sofroni. Sofroni, the guy who a lot of people wanted, the 90% wanted. Because I'm in the 10%. I'm in the 10%. If you were watching the members area yesterday, I said to the other Pedro, I'm in the 10% because Pedro said he's 90% certain we're not going to make any signings in January. I said I'm in the 10%, bro. I'm in the 10%. And I put it on my Instagram. Who's in the 10%? Who's in the 90%? And people were voting 90. 10% got 52% of the fucking votes. So 52% of the people are in the 10%. Okay, we're going statistics now. But you know what? Sorry, boys and girls, you might want to cover your ears. But Sofroni is old news. He's gone. Believe it. Believe it. And you know what? There's one thing that Mr. Rekdal was asked in his press conference today about the previous head coach. My guy, my man. This was his response.
I don't care about other people. I don't care.
He don't care about other people. He don't care. And see, here's the thing that everyone needs to understand, yeah? Because it's a cultural thing. I'm in the UK. So I'm kind of in the middle in between Cyprus and Scandinavia, yeah? Kind of in the middle. Okay, you want to argue and be pedantic to say maybe France. I don't know. Thussell will complain and shout at me, whatever. But here's the thing, boys and girls. I know how the Scandinavian mentality is. Yeah. Got family members are actually from Scandinavia, believe it or not. Yeah. And I know how their mentality is. They don't give a fuck. They just do not give. They do things their way. And if you don't like it, tough shit. Tough shit. The toughest, hardest shit that you've ever pushed out. That's what it is. Okay, might not be that long, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Tough shit. Because Jesper's doing things his way. The head coach is going to do things his way. And all the murmurka on social media means nothing. It means nothing to them. Absolutely sweet FA. That means fuck all. Yeah? So get used to it, boys and girls. Get used to it. Because all that typing like fucking Kermit the Frog in the meme, typing. I'm going to say this, I'm going to blah, 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 blah. This and that about the club, this and that about the Somadeo, this and that about the DGC. It doesn't matter. They don't give a fuck. And that is how it should be. Because they are football people. Football people. And football people should be running football clubs. Isn't it quite ironic that most of the clubs that are run by football people and the money men do the money things, the commercial stuff, they're quite successful? Yeah. There's a club in our league who won the league title last season. I mentioned them from time to time. I'm going to mention them again, Ari. Bottomless pit of money. Okay. So we can't compete with that. But they have a structure. And look at their structure, where it has taken them in 3 to 4 years. And they're still building. They're still building. So all of this murmurka about what Jesper said on Total Green 3 times and what you said on Goal and Roll, gives a fuck. I don't care. Because I will tell you guys, like I said in the members area, I couldn't care less who comes in. I couldn't care less because this managerial selection is by the sporting director, isn't it? So it's on his watch. So they're going to be in tandem. They're going to have the same philosophy, the same ideas, the same structure, that kind of belief, the same way of doing things. That's good. Is it not? You're not going to have a conflict of interest. You're not going to be arguments. They speak almost the same language, kind of. Yeah? Come from the same part of the world. They've got experience. They've done this before. And whether or not Rekdal's CV is good enough for you, man, it's better than your 90% coach, yeah? Fact. Fact. It's that simple. Don't talk to me about trophies. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. Because I repeat what I said in the members area. The 90% coach, who a lot of people wanted, has managed 4 of the top 7 teams in this league. Yeah? And he's won 2 trophies. Not 1 league title. This guy here may have won a title a long time ago. But the fact is, he's here now, whether you like it or not. Tough shit. If you don't like it, don't go to games. If you don't like it, don't buy merchandise. Because as I said yesterday, again, in the members area for 99 cents a month, if you're complaining about signings, if you're complaining about the way the club is run, if you're complaining about results, if you're complaining about the coach, yada, 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 get a lipa. Yeah? If you don't like it, don't pay your money. Vote with your feet. Vote with your checkbook. Vote with your Revolut. Don't pay. Don't buy nothing. Because you're part of the problem. But the fact is, this guy is here. And I see this. I'm going to say this now. Because I can be a little bit of a nasty piece of shit sometimes. For the mere fact that people don't want him, I want him. For the mere fact that people are sitting there crying, getting the tissues out. Yeah. I want Rekdal. And I want him to be a success. So win, lose or draw, he's my coach now. Yeah? Win, lose or draw, he's my coach. Yeah? My coach. 3-5-2, 4-3-3, 2-3-5, top 5, whatever. I don't give a fuck. My coach. Because you lot don't want him. Or the 90% don't want him. And I'm going to be insufferable, intolerable. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I don't give a shit. Because people want to throw shade at me. Nah. No. Not on my platform, you don't. No, you fucking well don't. My coach, yeah? He could be archaic. He could play boring football. He could play a 3-5-2. I mean, my guy said today, I would rather win 4-3 than 1-0. And I was just like, whoa, hold on a second. I'm a 1-0 kind of guy. So me and him, we don't agree on that. But the fact is, he says he wants to play attacking football, right? Wants to play attacking football. That's what people want to see. We saw attacking football under Yannick. Didn't seem to go well. We saw pragmatic football with Sofroni. Nah. Whatever. Couldn't care less. Don't give a fuck. Because the 90% wanted Sofroni and was so pissed off with the club. And they're still pissed off with the club. Even some journalists, you got the opportunity to ask questions to the new Omonoia head coach. The new Omonoia head coach. You want to ask questions. You could ask about his methodology, his best experiences as a coach, players that he has coached in the past, not just Jan Lesiak or Zahid. Yeah. Who have you coached in the past that you've built up and developed? Who? Give us something to think about, because we've seen some young players come into the club, young African players. Who have you coached that you could say, yeah, we know about this household name? What would they ask him? What about Sofroni? Mutants, man. What are these mutants, these lizards? What's going on? I don't care what I say now, because I'm beyond bothered anymore. Because you can't please everyone. I've said this before. I've said things on this podcast before that have upset the club. I've said things before that have upset supporters. Done things on Instagram that have upset. I'm upsetting everyone. Oh, everyone's feelings. Everyone's got feelings. Everyone's got feelings. Cry more. I'm drinking your tears now, yeah? 90% of you wanted the Gatto. Gatto is no more. I repeat, Gatto is no more. And you know what? Just for, I'm in one of those moods. Yeah, I'm on one tonight. Trust the process, my guy. Trust the process. And this is what Stefano said. But you know what? This isn't all about me tonight. Yeah, it's not all about me. Gloves are off, yeah? OJ Simpson, glove fit. Didn't do it. OJ did not do it. Innocent. So what I'm going to do, boys and girls, anyone that wants to jump on, I'm going to put the StreamYard link right here. It's here in all its glory. Come at me. Talk to me. Shout at me. Cuss me. Do whatever you want to do. I don't care. I don't care. Because right about now, it's all about supporting the club. But before people start jumping on, I'll wait for people to jump on anyway if they want to come on anyway. There's some interesting things said in this press conference. Yeah, how he wants to play 4 at the back, which is interesting. He likes to play attacking football. Great, fantastic. That's what we want to see. But there's other things that he said. Well, I mean, fucking how many pages of notes have I got here, man? How many pages of notes have I got? What I like is that he said he spoke to the president. And the president wants the club to succeed. And he asked Mr. Rekdal if he thinks he can make the club succeed. Then he said, yes, no stress. But the other things that he said, you know, he likes playing 4 at the back. He plays all sorts of formations. His players have to be confident and play to their qualities. Omonoia has a good strategy. Big changes won't happen now. There won't be too many changes this season anyway. But I like the fact that he said he wants players to have the ability to cope with pressure. Hear that? He wants his players to have the ability to cope with pressure. And there are lots of players, I'm not going to mention any names, some of them fold, don't they? They fold. Character. He wants players to go on the pitch. Even JJ said it. He wants players to go on the pitch with their chest out to say, come on, well, not literally like, like it's a fucking like runway models or something. But he wants them to go out with fucking pride, confidence. And that's been lacking, especially against certain teams. Yeah? Now, if this head coach sees these players and certain players don't show the character and show that not like the Stefano chest out. Yeah. We will never. The streets don't forget, my guy. The streets don't forget. Fucking hell, Stefano's fucking flash show. Fucking hell. He's still here, by the way. Sorry, Stefano. So this head coach wants character. Plays with balls. Maybe he wants a few cunts in the team. What have we been complaining about for a long time? I don't know about you guys, but this press conference was probably the strongest press conference I've seen from a head coach. I don't think Sofroni had a press conference, did he? They interviewed him on the training ground. Yannick had one, and he said he wants to win, he wants this, he wants that. Clearly, the players didn't buy into his philosophy. And Lennon was just Lennon. He didn't know what to expect from an island. I don't think he'd ever been to Cyprus before, had he? This is a coach that knows what he wants from the get-go. From the get-go. Although they did say that he's been looking at the club, watching them on Y-Scout. I don't know why he bothers. I've got most of the games already on my fucking hard drive. You can have it. I'll send you the fucking... But don't check out other things on my hard drive. Nothing incriminating, but, data protection, all that. I have the flash show right here. Flash show! Hello. I say hello. He doesn't talk. Lovely, wonderful. This is great. You're my guest. I mean, you don't have to talk to me. It would be nice to get a hello back from time to time. Would be nice. No? You know what? You can forget that €1 a month. Put it towards your internet. Put it towards. I'll refund you, bro. I'll refund you. Put it towards your internet. We're cool. It's fine. I'll give you your money back. I'll pay for your internet as well. Don't worry about it. Right. Let's bring up some comments while other people don't want to come on board or jump on. Diekome. I don't know. What were you talking about? Are you talking to Pedro or what? Get the reggaeton horn out. That's not that's a dancehall horn, bro. Come on. To Fergie's successor. Well, see, this is the thing, Andrea. Once again, people hear things and they don't pay attention. God gave you ears to hear, and if you can't hear, then fine, get a hearing aid or use sign language. Yeah, but Jesper Janssen was saying he could be the next Fergie. He could be here for the next 25 years. I doubt it. It was tongue in cheek. It was a joke. He was trying to be funny, sarcastic, sense of humor. I've seen some Greek, or should I say Cypriot, comedy shows. And while I don't understand 60% of it, the 40% is just wank. I'm sorry. The comedy you lot have got out there is trash. But obviously people don't have a sense of humor. They don't get it. So anyway, now 10% of the way. My man. Let's have a look. As he sorted out his internet. Hello.
Mangona.
Oh, he does say hello.
Yay! Yes, ρε που το κατάλαβα.
So I'm picking up my wank tissues from the floor. Sorry.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Come on, little man. First of all, how are you? Where have you been hiding?
I haven't been hiding. We've done watch along in the review of the Aris game.
Yes.
On the channel.
On Trifelara TV.
Yeah.
Yes. Congratulations.
Yeah. Make sure you
Glad
subscribe to me.
Absolutely.
Thank you. How are you, my friend?
Come on, my guy. Let's go. Come on. What's going on? Talk to me.
Well, I predicted this. Whether it was going to be now or later, or the sacking.
Oh, yeah, but come on, man. That's not a prediction. That's just me saying I'm going to take a shit. Yeah. That's like me turning around and saying I'm going to take a shit tomorrow morning. Well, it's going to happen.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course it was obvious. Exactly. But the new manager, well, I like what he said in the press conference, that he said that he doesn't feel any pressure, that he understands where he is.
Yeah.
And also at the same time, he likes, like he said, he likes attacking football. Well, would like to believe that he's someone tactically very good, better than what we had with Sofronis. And right now we expect to see something different, even though with the same players. I'm hoping that they're going to get a few players in right now that they want. What do you think is the reason that they haven't made any transfers yet? Is because they haven't agreed anything with Sofronis, and he was waiting to bring in his own man to make
Bro,
transfers.
I think they didn't bring in any transfers because they knew that he was a dead man walking and they were waiting for him to fuck up, which he did. And then they were going to bring in. In fact, to be honest, don't be surprised if they've been talking to players for maybe 1 or 2 months. I don't know why people are getting so bent out of shape. It's only the 11th of January, my guy. And let's get it right. Yeah, as much as we didn't like it, we still signed players on deadline day one player, deadline day last January, and the January before we signed 2. Yeah. So we're working a little bit more efficiently as far as I'm concerned, right? And again, maybe they've identified talent and they said to him, right, we've got a list of 4 or 5 players. Take your pick. Which one do you think? And they probably sat down and had a conversation. So I'm not panicking. The 10% is going to be right. Trust me. The 10% is in. Trust me. Anyway.
Yeah. That's obvious. That's obvious. That makes more sense. Why he got rid of him.
Matt,
I think he lost his patience.
Then. Talk to me about this appointment then. Rekdal.
The manager. I think so I think it's a good appointment. Every single manager that would bring in, I want to be as much as positive as I can. I want to find the best out of the manager and the bad as well. So I would like to think that every manager comes into the club does well. I don't want him to fail because I have something against him or anything like that. Or I don't want him to succeed. I want him to succeed for το καλύτερο της Ομόνοιας. Στο τέλος της ημέρας. But
for sure,
bringing him in, it was the point that, ευκήγαν και ονόματα νομίζω πριν το φέρουν τούτο. But it was obvious that he was going to bring in one of his own people anyway. I thought he was going to bring in someone who coached in the Swedish league, either in the Norwegian league or in the Danish league. So he coached in the Norwegian league. I don't know which other league he coached, but he coached Rosenborg.
He's in Belgium,
which is a big club. It was in Belgium, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like, ναι ρε παιδί, τα είχαν περίπου τώρα τα είχα τελευταία που πάνε και βρίσκουμε, όπως τον Μπέρκ έναν περίπου. Έβραμε έναν προπονητή που έχει το type of mentality, έναν προπονητή που έκαμε coach που τζαμέν. Εντάξει, τώρα που έφερε τον Rekdal, επειδή είναι το appointment του Γιάνσον. Επειδή δούλεψε ήδη ένας προπονητής που ήταν ηγέτης και έφερε success στην ομάδα, μπορεί και ο ίδιος να είδε ταχά ότι είχε έναν προπονητή που είχε το mentality, που σχεδόν το ίδιο με την Ομόνοια, να το φέρω. Because what he said in the press conference makes sense. He didn't feel any pressure when they asked him all those questions. He didn't, like you said, he didn't even care, bro. He didn't even care. He asked them so quite casually.
Yeah, because he's so used to it by now. He's used to it at all the clubs he's gone to, these type of questions. And don't forget, this guy was a player that has played at the highest level. Yeah? He's played at the highest level. Bundesliga, he's played in Ligue 1, played for the national team. Like, he's seen it all, bro. Like, I don't know what people want. Like, they want an experienced coach. Right? There you go. So he's not just some guy who they picked off the street kind of thing. So, you know, I don't have any fucking problems with it. You know, as I said in the members area yesterday, it could be masterstroke or it could go so wrong, could be a catastrophe. But the fact is, he's not a nobody. He's not a nobody. So you just gotta trust it, man. Gotta trust what they're doing.
100. Yeah. I said this anyway. To Tom, that I said the same thing that you said before, after the game against Harris, and it makes sense because I think you said that after the IL game, this team is new and it's progressing. It's going to take time to get where we want it to be. Yes, we are impatient fans, so we want to win now, But what Jesper wants to do, what he said, like he needs like 4 transfer windows to take the team where it can be. Of course, I want to be higher than what we are and better, and I want to win the league. But I guess
Bro, look,
we have to wait and see.
this
If
isn't the
doesn't,
Premier League, yeah? This isn't the Premier League,
no,
okay?
no,
Whereby someone
no.
like, for example, Man United, yeah, who are dog shit at the moment, they're light years behind Liverpool and City, right? And the more they keep fucking up, the lower they're going to fall in the table, and the more it's going to take for them to try and fight and try and catch up. The Barathima isn't at that level. Every year, teams have problems. So I don't see us
Yeah.
in a situation whereby if this season is a dud, next it's done and dusted because the teams above us are going to be so far ahead. I mean, look at Bollon. Last season, they went into the season as what? Brathlides, and they had 4 head coaches, right? They're on their 2nd head coach this season. No, 3rd head coach, 2nd appointment. Yeah? Okay, them lot, they're doing well with Sapinto, but you never know what could happen. There's still a long way to go.
Yeah. It can go sideways. It can go sideways.
Of course it can. I mean, I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping,
Yeah.
but you just never know.
Yeah.
Okay, Ajax started the season shit, even though last season they had a good season. Sack Ultra, they brought in this guy, and they're doing okay. So we're not in a league where you can't afford to go 1 or 2 seasons without much success because you're going to fall behind everyone. There's no one ahead of everyone
Doesn't
like
work like that.
levels. There's no one levels ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Έχει
Bro, anything else?
κάθε χρόνο έχει κάτι καινούργιο. Κάτι... Ναι, τούτο. Κάθε χρόνο έχει κάτι unpredictable. Κάθε χρόνο έχει κάτι καινούργιο. Όπως εμείς έκανε το πρωτάθλημα. Και έχει πόσα. Έχει 3 χρόνια. Τα 2 χρονιές. Τη μια βγήκαμε εκτός εξάρτησης, δηλαδή τελειώσαμε ανοιχτή. Δηλαδή, και τούτη χρονιά είμαστε τζάμε και παλεύκουμε. Χωρίς την ανόρθωση πέρσι, μαύρα γέρημα, φέτη, δεν φταίει. So anything can happen. Anything is possible. Like, if you do the right things, it can go. It can go in your way. Like, all you have to do is to bring in the right people. They know what they're doing. That's it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right, bro. Well, look, I'm going to get someone else on now. Thank you for jumping on. Appreciate it, my guy. Plug your shit to everyone that's watching.
People, make sure you subscribe to Trifilara TV. We do reviews, match reviews, watch-alongs, and hopefully we can come up with new stuff as well for the channel to grow. Also, with your help as well, subscribing and liking, we help the algorithm for the channel. So that will be very hopeful from the No Chocolates family, of course, to get your support. Already, we're getting you support from some of the, usuals that are coming into the channel as well, who are in the Discord as well, which more of your support would be very much appreciated.
No worries, my guy. Keep it going. Stay strong. Adere. Catch up soon, man.
Yeah, bro. Thank you.
Later. Antoni.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. What's that t-shirt saying? Nope. Is that for the new head coach already? My guy's...
Not today. No negativity today, man.
Long time, bro. How's your Christmas, New Year? All good?
Oh, it's been good, man. It's been good. Happy New Year to everyone watching as well, and to you and your lovely family.
You too, my guy.
Yeah, just to talk about the managerial situation at Omonoia. I wouldn't say disappointed that Sofroni left. I think I was a bit disappointed in the way they just let go of him, just like that. He was gone.
Yeah.
I think he deserved at least a chance until the end of the season, to be honest with you. Just to show.
Why?
I just think he didn't get that much time, to be honest. It wasn't even a full season. I know I'm terrible, but because I'm not judging the new manager coming in right now. I saw his press conference today. He looked like a good guy. He looked like a very smart guy. His football knowledge is is there, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think that he can definitely improve Omonoia tactically on the pitch. That's what I think. That he might give us much of an ID tactically on the pitch. Something that I think Sofroni lacked in a way. I think that the thing that Sofroni had in comparison to other managers is that he wore his heart on his sleeve. That you can see he was like really pumped up. Like I think he was a little bit like Lennon, like passion wise and everything.
More passion,
Yeah,
more
yeah,
energy,
yeah,
more
energy.
more footwork. Yeah.
But sometimes I agree with what you said. That is not enough. I think you need to have that little bit more. And I think this manager, he does have it, but I don't know if they're gonna back him, man. I'm not sure because we've seen this so many times, innit? We've seen this so many times. I hope that they back him because he looks like a really decent coach. But I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
Before I do that, I'd just like to say, George is a madman, but we love him. 10 memberships.
Well
Thank
done,
you, my
man.
guys. Drop it in there. Boom. Man comes in with 10. The money man, he should be buying Omonoia. This guy needs to buy Omonoia. Flipping a big dick energy right there, man. But thank you, George. Appreciate it, my guy. Now, back to your question. Yeah. Now, you mentioned Sofroni having his heart on his sleeve and, being that really energetic kind of guy, always on the touchline, this and that. The first thing I will say, I have a very, very big problem with coaches constantly on the touchline giving instructions. I have a problem with this because it's twofold. Number one, it could be because they haven't got their message across the whole fucking week during training. Yeah. And they're not communicating it properly. Or the players are just dumb and they don't know what their job is. And they should know what their job is. That's the first problem I have with someone constantly coaching on the bloody sideline. Okay. The second issue goes back to the whole high energy Sofroni situation that you were just talking about. Yeah. Eventually, players get fed up of it. Because how many times are you going to play a ball down the line and have someone going, bravo, bravo? Or controlling the ball and giving a give and go, bravo, bravo. What is this? They're not dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not dogs like you give them a treat after they do a trick. That's not what it's like. Footballers may sometimes do stupid things. They're human. But this is what I'm saying. They're human and they're adults, and a lot of them want to be taken serious. So you cannot constantly keep applauding them and doing this. Oh, come on, run, press. Well, you told them to do that in training the whole week. They know what they're doing. Why do they need to be told? So eventually they're thinking, fuck this guy. He's doing my head in.
Yeah.
He's doing my head in. Now we have a coach who, going back to what you said again about whether you don't believe that they're going to back him based on what's happened in the past. That's the past. It's not this sporting director. This sporting director has selected him because he knows him and he knows what he's capable of. And he suits the strategy, which is what we keep on hearing, the word strategy. Right?
Yeah.
So I fully believe, as I said, I'm in the 10%. The 10% of people that don't believe that we're going to make any signings this month. I think one or two are going to come in, personally. Yeah. I think one or two are going to come in. Because he's spoken about not scoring enough goals. Okay, or not taking our chances, which is what I've been saying for how long? For how long have we on the show been saying this? We're not taking opportunities. Well, maybe he said to the guy, look, we need a bagsman. I know we scored the most goals or with one of the top goal scorers in the league, but it's not good enough because there should be more. And defensively, he's thinking, well, maybe the defensive options that we have aren't particularly great. We've got the strength in numbers, but a lot of them don't get it.
Yeah.
And don't forget, one more thing before I let you carry on. It's a 1.5 plus 1 year contract. So effectively, if they choose to extend his contract, he's going to be here around about the same time as when Jesper's contract expires. So they'll be hopefully singing from the same song sheet for 2.5 years.
Together, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you're right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said about strategy and about tactics, because I think this manager um, looks like a manager that could get the 100% out of their players,
Yeah,
and he could be like a more compact manager. Like, I know he said today that he likes to attack, but there are ways to attack. Like, there's a stupid way to attack, like throw everyone forward and then have no defense and all that, and more of a structure, like playing from the back, like I know it's a bit Aguero, but more like a Pep way, like
yeah.
playing from the back, slowly towards the forward, pressing. And I think this manager might bring it because, um, from what I've heard, he used to be manager of Rosenborg and these
Yeah.
type of teams. They're not small teams;
No, no.
they are big
Although
clubs.
he tanked that Rosenborg, to be honest. Although from what I understand, they sold a lot of their best players, so it was very, very difficult
And
to
still,
get any kind of momentum there.
yeah, and still. So I think that we should give this guy a chance. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table, how we set up against, especially against the big teams. Because what disappointed me, and you absolutely hit the nail on the head, the last pod that you did, you said something about passion in big games. And that really disappointed me. Not from what you said, but it's the truth. Because you can't be playing against Abuel and not have that motivation to go out there and beat them. It's it's not good enough for a club like Omonia. Omonia is
Philip, JJ said it today in the interview. Yeah, it was a subtle one, but he said, players shouldn't be scared of their opponents.
exactly.
So he's seen it. He's seen it.
And I think when he came out and said these players should believe in themselves, I think it's for that reason that you said right now. They should get out of their shell. They should express themselves because they've got the talent. We've got a lot of talent in that squad. It's just on our day, we can absolutely obliterate teams. Absolutely. But when we don't play, it's like that first half against Abuel. It was like, oh my God, we couldn't even pass from here to there. It was, but I'm giving the guy time. I'm optimistic that he's going to do a good job and onwards and upwards.
Well, this is it, bro. We need that positivity throughout the whole fan base as well. And I just think you do have this element of whataboutery in the sense that you've got a new head coach that's come in, and because he was the guy that replaced a highly regarded coach, immediately, he's not good. And I get it. I get what people are saying, but you just need to be patient, and that's the key word for the fans.
Absolutely.
I mean, we talk about the club, and we use words like confidence and passion and no fear, etc., etc. Those are the key words that we use when we talk about the club. But when we talk about the fans, one word: patience. Patience. Now, with Ari, again, I'll talk to them again. I'll talk about them again because this is the best example I can give because it's current and it's related to Cyprus. They've got the new owners. They restructured the club. They've got a sporting director, whatever it is, got promoted, built on that, used their networking, used their scouting, recruited players, got a new head coach, won the league title, got into Europe, right? If they had a fan base like ours, the fucking Liasso Luga would have been a dead man walking from the moment that do you get what I'm saying?
I was
And
about
it's a
to
separate
tell you that.
mentality.
I was about to tell you that if Aris had the fans that we have, like filling out the Alpha Mega every single week and being that passionate, oh my God, the thing that happened with Yasho, they would have gone absolutely bonkers. But they got
Yeah.
the new manager in, and he hasn't left since he's come. He's been there for how many? 3 years?
Well, Luga was there for 2 years, and then they got rid
No,
of
the
him.
new
Put in
one, Spilevsky.
Spilevsky, yeah.
Yeah, he's been there for like 2-3 years now.
Yeah, about 2.5, something like that.
And they just kept with that. They made a really ruthless decision to get rid of Yasser, who wasn't a bad manager, by the way, at the time.
Right, it was a ruthless decision for the right of the club,
Exactly, yeah.
for the betterment of the club. And what's to say this one isn't?
I know.
I'm just saying, because
I
let's
know.
get it right. Spilevsky, right? If you look at his CV in terms of winning things, he's hardly won anything, right? But he was coaching at Salzburg. He was coaching at Stuttgart, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. So he had that experience at big clubs, and he's a coach that is motivational. He's got the tactics pretty spot on, but we've seen them leak goals left, right, and center. So why can't this guy do something like this? Why can't this guy? I mean, again, I just think there's no pleasing everyone. Okay,
Yeah.
There are going to be people that are going to be upset if we lose our first couple of games. Already the knives are out already for the guy. If we win the next 5 or 6 games 1-0, people are going to complain that it's not enough goals. If we go on to win the cup, people are going to say, well, Sofroni and Lennon did it. If we go on to, by some miracle, win the league, they'll turn around and say, well, we conceded too many goals, or they're going to complain about something.
Yeah,
There's always someone complaining about something. So it is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Definitely. And I think that, obviously, going back to Aris, I don't like talking about them that much, but of course they have the funds and they can bring the caliber of player. But what they did with the manager, with Yasser, at the time, he wasn't that bad. They got rid of him, they bought this guy, and they won the title.
Yeah.
So what I urge our fans to do is get behind this decision. This is a new guy in a brand new league. He's going to bring something new to the team. Hopefully, he's going to be working with Janssen. He's going to get backed by the powers above.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he's going to do a good job. And also, I think, and I don't know if you might agree with me, but if this new manager can manage to get I just laughed with the last one. If this manager could get the cup at the end of the season, would you think that it's a successful season based on what has gone on throughout the season? I think it would be, with a brand new manager coming in, winning a trophy, getting back into Europe. I don't know. What do you think? I think it's a successful season.
Winning trophies is always a success, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And don't forget, he's joining the club at the beginning of our cup run. So all the big boys are there.
Yeah.
All the big boys are there. So it's not as if I've been knocked out and he joined in the semi-final stage and then won 2 games and then like Lennon did, for example. All the big boys are there. So if we do win the cup this season, of course and even if we do win it anyway, it's still a success. But at the same time, you still want to see progress. And with Sofroni, while we did get into the top 6, he threw it away. He threw away top 6 because he was focusing on the cup. Look at the results. Yeah, Apollon, we lost at home. We lost away. Apoel, we drew and we lost, I think. Yeah?
Yep.
Ari, we lost both games. Yeah?
Yep.
Who else was it? Aek, we lost both games.
Aek Larnaca, yep.
Yeah? Both games.
We lost both games to that. I think the only win we got was Buff was at home.
Buff at home.
Buff
and away. When Lesek scored the volley.
Yep.
2 games.
2
out
games.
Of 10.
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
That is shocking.
But see, this is the thing. They're saying, "Oh, that was a stocker. That was a target to get top 6 and to win the cup." But it's irrelevant to me because we finished bottom of that top 6. Didn't we not?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think we were either bottom or 5th because I think Buffalo didn't qualify for Europe, didn't they?
Okay. Well, and granted, he inherited the team that was low in morale. The quality of players wasn't as good as I believe what it is now. Okay. But while on the one hand, I understand what a lot of fans are saying about we need signings, because I still think we need 1 or 2 players. I'm still certain we need a striker. But I said it at the beginning of the season anyway, so not as if I've just done a 180 and all of a sudden decided I said it at the beginning of the season we need a striker, right? I still think we need our defender, certainly a left back anyway. Because anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But no one can say that this head coach, the previous one, was not backed. When you sign 10 players, 10 players.
I think one of the games that really put the spotlight on Sofroni unnecessarily was that second game against that Danish side that played in Europe. They absolutely smashed us, and it was after.
No! Stop right there. I'm going to interrupt you there, right? Because in all fairness on Sofroni, their first goal was never a penalty. Was never a penalty. Yeah. And to send off Gusul as well, it killed us. But Gagoli equalised. This is what I'm talking about. Passion merchants that don't have a plan B and very good coaches. You got 10 men against a team like that and you've just equalised. You switch it up. You take off Bezos. You don't need him. Bring on an extra defender. Tighten it up. Go 5 at the back.
Compact.
5-3-1. Have Gagoli up top if you want to just pump it and hope that. And you know what? If the players had the stamina and the energy and weren't getting injured left, right, and centre because he was battering them in training, we might. I know it's a long time. It still was 45 minutes plus an extra 10 or whatever it was after Gagoli scored, right? But we could have held on. We could have. Again, with the right system, with the right changes, all that kind of stuff. But he didn't have it in him. So what he decided to do, 4-3-1-1?
3-1-1.
That's what he wanted to do. He decided to keep Bezos on, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe someone can correct me. I don't know. But anyway, it is what it is. Right, there's a question here. Tell me how we replace Babuli Mix Yuste. Okay, so what, Koulibaly isn't Yuste's level? You think Yuste was better than Koulibaly? Yuste couldn't run for shit.
I think
Yuste could not run.
I think that Yuste was very slow, but in his defensive duties, he wasn't that bad. But
no, he wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad. But the point, for the most of that season, we're calling him Hector Useless. That's how bad he was.
Yeah, that's true.
Mix. You were talking about Mix Discord. What you think? What who have we got at the moment? I mean, Mix wouldn't get in the team right now ahead of Bash, ahead of Gusul, ahead of Hambo. He wouldn't get in the team ahead of them.
I don't think so.
Right?
Babuli's okay.
Okay. Yeah, Babuli. But Babuli spent most of that back in the last season on the bench. Remember, he was coming off the bench a lot of the time. In fact, did he not come off the bench in the final?
Yes, he did.
Or did he start in the final? I can't remember.
No, he came off the bench and he gave the assist to Kareem.
So he was used as an impact player because of his age, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and most of the time, Babuli slotted on the left-hand side. If people remember rightly, when we do the tactical analysis, Babuli was drifting on the left-hand side. And who have we got on the left-hand side now?
Gagulis. No, he's up front.
On the left-hand side, yeah? Who's our top goal scorer?
Andronikos. Right? Is it?
Are you sure? What about the guy that's on African duty? What about Semedo?
Yeah, he's on the left. Yeah, true. How can I forget Semedo?
Randy Orton. So, I'm not saying that the signings were perfect. I'm not saying that at all. Okay? But these players with the exception of Semedo that has already played in the league, right? They've never played in Cyprus before, and it takes time for players to get used to the league. Koulibaly, as I said time and time again, he made that fuck up against Kadmi Odessa. They benched him. He came back. He was a beast. He was a beast with Pana. People forget this.
With Panayodini, yeah.
People forget this. Yeah?
I think
Simic.
the amount of stick he got in the beginning of the season, well, obviously fans are going to give him stick when he doesn't perform and everything, but the way he came back, good for him.
Well, bro, this is what I said, right? He probably came into the league with this bit of arrogance, thinking, it's a shit league, I'm going to walk it. Well, he was walking a lot of the time. Some of his passing, I mean, the pass against Ari, which set up the second goal in the Super Cup, was dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Yeah. But at the same time, he learned from his mistakes. He was a beast. Yeah? I think the jury is still out on Cipriano. Hit, miss, or maybe. He's had really good games and he's had really shit games. It's either one or the other. There's no middle area with him. There's no middle ground. He's either really good or really shit.
It's like Marmite, isn't it?
Exactly. Simic, I don't think we've seen the best of Simic because, number one, he's not been playing his right position. And number two, the system that he's been playing, probably not suited to him. But then again, it goes back to what I said. It goes back to what I keep saying. Players need to figure it out. You need to figure it out. If your coach gives you instructions and it's not working, figure it out. Communicate amongst each other and figure it out on the pitch. Don't just pump it long through the middle and hope that Gaguli can hold it up or pump it into the channels. Yeah? And we did see some good football in this offer. I'm not going to lie. I'll give him his flowers for that, especially the goal against IL where we played 30 passes. Yeah? We did see some good passing at times, but we didn't see it enough.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest problems for us this season, again, I repeat, one of the biggest problems for us this season, not just conceding the goals, but we're not taking our chances. Against Salamina with 10 men, we could have had 8 or 9. We weren't putting our chances away. It was the same under Yannick, creating chances, not putting them away. So it's not on the coach.
I agree.
I said this weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Pick up the phone to Matt Derbyshire. Matt, come to the club. We need a striker coach. We need someone that can get on that training pitch and show these lads how to put the ball in the back of the net. Matt will do it. I know Matt. He will do it.
And I think I think you need someone who can really aγκαλιάσει τους παίκτες, because I don't think you should blast out on them. They need guidance in order to get the best out of them. I think this manager can guide them to become a better team. That's what I'm saying.
Well, look, the past is the past now, as they said, yeah? And at the end of the day, we need to accept what's going on, whether we like it or not, yeah? And be patient. He told us to trust him, okay? And to be 100% honest, right? We were crying out for a sporting director for God knows how long. We need a sporting director. We've got one. And all of a sudden, they're not happy with him. So I just think that, again, Bale, Ibomoni, man. And do you know what? There's a comment here from Yanni, because Yanni has been very, very vocal. And do you know what? I've got no problem with it, because he says, where is it here? 1 minute. I think he's talking to the other guys, to be honest. I don't think he's talking to us, but he goes, I don't care what other people say. I've got my own opinions. And do you know what, Yanni Moore? I'm glad you do, because it would be boring if we sat here having the same opinion. Yeah? It's good to have these back and forths, because at least people can get things off their chest and say what it is that they need to say. Obviously, my voice is clearly louder because I'm in front of the microphone and you guys are behind the screen, which is why I'm giving people the opportunity to come on and say what they need to say. But I agree. You have your own opinion, and fair fucks to you, mate. Honestly, well done. I would rather have people argue with me and say, yeah, but Stel, yeah, but rather than, I 100% agree with you. I'm like, fucking argue with me. Argue with me. Give me something to argue about.
At the end of the day,
I can start an argument in an empty room, motherfucker.
At the end of the day, we're all Omonoia fans. We all want what's the best for the club. to see them go back to the top. And if you agree with one opinion or you don't agree with one opinion, we talk it out. That's the most important thing. Because when I came on tonight, we kind of disagreed on Sofroni and all that kind of thing. But that's what it's all about. It's not just agreeing to everything. I mean,
Of course, man. Of course.
I'm not afraid to say that when the club came out and said that Sofroni was done, I was like, why? I mean, I was with most of the people, but now when I saw what was said today by Janssen, I saw what was said today by the new manager. It looks like they had to take that decision so that they can go in a different direction, because clearly the direction that they were going wasn't working.
But Andonimo, look again. Look, this isn't me being some kind of football snob or anything, but this is just common sense. Just look at the timeline or just football history in itself. When you have a new sporting director at the club, right, and they've gone in there after the manager. So obviously, Sofroni came in February, whenever it was, and Janssen came in the summer. Yeah, more often than not, when the new sporting director comes in, the head coach, he's given enough rope to hang himself with, because he's not the selected one. Janssen was probably saying, right, I don't really want this guy, but you know what? He's here. The fans are happy with him. We're doing okay. We got to the Conference League. And I knew the moment he gave that interview with Total Green and he said, our goal is to get into the group stages, right? When we lost to Midtjylland in the second leg, I said, he's a dead man walking. It's not a matter of when, if, it's when.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference. So I don't know why people are... Okay, I understand why they're angry, but I don't see why people are so surprised about it, because it didn't come as a shock to me. But I don't know. Maybe I read between the lines too much. I don't know.
I think a lot of people were in that 90% because there were emotion came in. Emotion came into it, and that's why a lot of people. It wasn't that they loved Sofroni so much as a coach that he was like a Mourinho kind of coach. No, I think it was more the point that they felt sorry for him. Like it was like an emotional thing. Why did they give it Grima and all that kind of stuff? But sometimes this game isn't fair.
Of course it's not, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's happened everywhere in the world.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
Exactly.
It's happened everywhere in football. It's not a nice game. And look. I don't want to bring up old news, but look at how Shepa was treated. Look how Dura was treated, right? And I'm not talking about the fans. I'm talking about the club. Yeah, not so much of a goodbye or a thank you. Okay? So, yeah, you can say I'm Grima, ANTROPI, fuck ANTROPI, but you can say that, but it's a ruthless game, man. It's a money game, yeah? And you got to see it that way. You can't get sentimental about things because it's pointless. It's counterproductive. But I hope that the 10% are right about this new head coach and the 90% are wrong. And I just hope that it becomes more 90% are backing this coach. And there might be the 10% that will complain on social media because you can't please everyone. I just want everyone to back this coach. Whether we wanted him or not, you got to back him, because if the coach fails, it means the club is failing.
Do you know what I think, Stel? I think that the majority of the fans are behind this manager. I think that this new manager is backed by the fans, but I think they don't really trust that process that they've been told that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it makes any sense.
It's a process that they're not familiar with, and I think that's what it is. People are scared of change.
They don't understand yet what's going on, but sorry for speaking in Greek.
No.
It starts to change into something in which we want. They're going to say, oh, these guys are fucking geniuses.
Yep.
That's what I think. I think that the Omonoia fans, the Omonoia fans have always been behind their managers, but I think it was the συμφωνούν with the way Sofroni was gone. That's what I think. But it is what it is. We move on to the next game. I think that this new manager is going to do well. We'll hope for the best.
Bro, I would say this, and I think we've done an hour, so yeah, thanks for jumping on. I think we should be wrapping up soon, in all fairness. But what I will say is, we kind of have a rough idea what the strategy is, because obviously they've mentioned bringing in talented players, developing them, selling them on, etc., etc. Now, I think there's an actual even bigger picture that no one has actually mentioned yet, and we're talking about the future of the club. Now, first of all, JJ, on his last interview, he said not many people know about the Cypriot League, which I think is total BS, because there are various clubs around the world that have been taking players from Cyprus. But I think he's seeing it from his own eyes, in the sense that he knew nothing about the Cypriot League. So he feels that's a general feeling. Whatever. We'll put a pin in that for now. I think while the plan is, yes, to bring in talent, to bring in young players, nurture them, develop, sell on for big profit, and to have this sustainable model, and to also challenge, that's part of the bigger picture. The bigger picture is for this club to have the reputation of developing players. If you look at Nordsjælland, if you look at Ajax, I'm not saying we're that level, but I'm giving you examples of clubs that are known to develop players and sell them on for big money. I think the owner thinks that if we do become the club in the Mediterranean or in Cyprus, to be that club that develops players, that sells them on for big money, the valuation of the club will increase because of the structure that's already there, right? So if it's a tried and tested structure and a proven successful structure, the value of the club skyrockets. Imagine selling Amor for 3 million, for example. Imagine a couple of years later, after buying Alium, you're selling for 5 million. You sell another player for 2 million, and this and that. Yeah, you're recouping, you're making 20, 30 million pound profit in the space of 5 years. Of course, the club's value is going to rise, because any potential investor is going to see that there and say, right, there's a structure. Granted, they don't have their own stadium or whatever, but that's saving money, so to speak. It's cost cutting. But they've been known to produce players. They've got a scouting system. They've got a strategy. They've got a structure. That is what's keeping the club valuable. Yeah. And that's what's increasing the value. And I think that's what it is, personally.
Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best.
Anyway, Andoni, thank you for joining. Really appreciate it, my guy.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your nunna. We have the members area, as I said. And if you are a member, go back to yesterday's pod, because I gave you guys the name of a potential next guest that's coming on the podcast in February. And anyone that's a member, don't put it in the comments now. Don't ruin the surprise. I want people to subscribe just to see which guest we got coming up next. Andoni, thank you very much. Boys and girls, yalla shilla.